Hey, Screaming Geek Media here. I am Jerry the Geek. Today's video, I got another 4K wish list. But before we get into that, if you like physical media, if you like 4Ks, Blu-rays, even DVDs, you like home theater, movies in general, please check out my other videos on my channel because I do, some of these discussions like this. I do reviews, unboxings, collection updates, stuff I watch. Check that stuff out. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on. So today we're going to talk about a 4K wish list again. I've been doing these, I think I've done about 4 of these. I usually kind of like twice a year, so about every 6 months or so. I like to add some more of that, because if not, I want a lot of stuff in 4K, so I kind of break it up. So every few months I talk about what I'd like to see. And so I even have some more here for you. But something I didn't realize until just last night as I was putting this together, all my 4K wish lists I've went over movies that I own. So I haven't touched base on movies that I don't have that I like to see on 4K. So, but I didn't have a chance to go through, but maybe sometime I'll do that. But so far, everything I've talked about is movies I own on even DVD, Blu-ray, or even say HD DVD. I still have some of those. But before we get into that, there was one that popped in my head that I don't own that I really want on 4K, and that is The Last Voyage of the Demeter. The vampire movie, a chapter out of Bram Stoker's novel. I saw it at the theater. I freaking love the movie. I couldn't wait to buy it for home theater. And Universal pulled their shit again where let's just release on Blu-ray and not anything on 4K. That happened with so many times in the past. I remember Violent Night, that was another one. I waited months for that, and I finally caved, and I bought the Blu-ray. A week later, hey, we're putting it out on 4K. Fuckers. So The Last Voyage of Demeter, I really want. I've been holding out. That came out on video, I think, I want to say November, December. So it's been long enough. So Universal, get your heads out of your ass and put this on 4K. I really want it. I know there's a lot of movies out there it doesn't really need a 4K, but especially when it comes to horror movies, I think because you got so much dark atmosphere, you need that HDR Dolby Vision upgrade to really get everything in there. And Last Voyage here, it is a dark movie, and I think it would really benefit with that. So yeah, I really want to see that on 4K. It's definitely near the top of my wish list. Like I said, I've been holding out. I want to own it, but I can't bring myself to pulling the trigger to buy the Blu-ray. So now to get into some ones that I actually do own that I wouldn't mind seeing upgrades for. And here we got some actually DVDs that I've never upgraded to Blu-ray, but I would like to see a 4K. American Flyers. This is an old Kevin Costner movie. And I'm trying to think when this came out. I can't see the date on it. Has a packaging date, but the movie, I want to say it's an 80s movie, but it's definitely been it's one of those movies that you have to see. If you like Kevin Costner, like I said, this is one of his early roles, and it has to do with bike racing, and it is phenomenal. It's definitely one of those really good, feel-good movies you need to see. Next up is another DVD, the original Manhunter. It's a Michael Mann film. If you like Hannibal Lecter, if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend this because when it comes to Hannibal Lecter, this is the movie to have in a collection. I'm one of the few that I hated Silence of the Lambs. Some of you might grill me for that because it's an old-time classic, but I saw that at the theater and I almost walked out because it just bored me to death. But I grew up with this one, and so I would love to see this one on 4K. It definitely deserves it. Next up is another classic from Clint Eastwood, Outlaw Josie Wales. This I can see coming because Kino Lorber's been doing a lot of Clint Eastwood stuff. So I definitely would. I think this was probably in the pipeline. I think we will see this on 4K before long. But yeah, I'm not a big Western fan, but man, I just love the Clint Eastwood stuff, and I would love to see this in 4K. Next up, we got Passenger 57. It's a great action movie with Wesley Snipes. It's another one I've never upgraded to Blu-ray. I still got this crappy DVD, but I still watch it from time to time. It's a great movie. So, Warner Brothers, I would love to see them get this put out on 4K. Next up, we got a John Carpenter movie that has not seen 4K yet, Vampires. I think a lot of people probably forget about this one because of being a newer John Carpenter. But this is a great vampire movie. I have always loved this. It's got James Woods in it. And plus, the music score is so top notch. It's so great. I haven't watched this for quite some time. I need to pop this in, give it a spin. But yeah, I'd love to see this get the 4K treatment. Now, this is a Sony property, but looking it up on Blu-ray, Shout Factory did do a release of this. They did a 2K scan of it and put a Blu-ray out. So whether they still have the rights of this or not, or if it reverted back to Sony, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'd love to see this come to 4K. Next up, we got another classic, Trick or Treat. It says it has a rock star movie. It has Gene Simmons, Ozzy Osbourne has a little role in it. I grew up with this movie, and again, I passed up. I never got the Blu-ray and got this crappy DVD. Now, this is, there's no official release information on it. This is getting a 4K from Synapse Films. They have mentioned it on their social media, but just no information as far as when they're going to have pre-orders, any release dates, or any of that information. But it has been worked on. It is coming, so I'm looking forward to that. I will pull the trigger and get that as soon as it pre-orders. I don't care what the price would be. I don't have anything from Synapse. I heard they do some really good work, but I really want to have this in 4K. It's a phenomenal movie. Next up, we have another one I've never upgraded to Blu-ray, Sahara. This is such a fun movie. You got, Matthew McConaughey, Steve Zahn, Penelope Cruz. If you haven't seen this, I would recommend, picking this up and, the Blu-ray. Because it's such a freaking fun movie. It's got some great action, got a lot of good comedy. Steve Zahn is freaking hilarious in this. And another guy, I can't remember his name right off the bat. He's the geeky tech guy. But he's pretty funny in this. But yeah, I highly recommend this, and I would really love to see this get a 4K treatment. Next up, we've got a Disney classic. And of course, we know Disney. I doubt we'll see this, but The Black Hole. This was a Disney Club exclusive, that I picked up. I've had this for quite a while. Maybe this will be one of them Sony can get a hold of. I'm not sure. But yeah, this would be pretty cool to see. Next up, we got Abraham the Vampire Hunter. This is a really good movie. I haven't watched this. I watched it when I first got it, which has been quite a while, been a couple years. Phenomenal movie. This is really good. I really enjoyed this. Anytime you get the horror movies and you have those dark atmospheres, that's where the 4K really benefits these movies, and would love to see this one get a 4K treatment. But again, it might be questionable because this is a Fox title, so who knows where that will land. Next up is a Blu-ray I just picked up last year, City Heat. You got Burt Reynolds, Clint Eastwood. This is a great action movie. It's a lot of fun. It takes place back in the 30s, and it's a really cool movie. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's too, they go the bickering between the two characters they play. It's a lot of fun. I picked this up at Dollar General last year for like $5. So this would be a fun one to see get the 4K treatment. Next up is another Blu-ray I just picked up. I think I picked up at the same time I bought City Heat. I picked up at Dollar General for only a few dollars. And for being, it's a Warner Brothers release, it's not a bad Blu-ray. It has some, there's some questionable moments, but for a few bucks, it was good. But Shout Factory did do a 2K scan and put this out on Blu-ray. So if you're interested in the Blu-ray of that, Shout, I would recommend getting the Shout. It probably is better. But considering Shout did it, there is probably a good chance to see a 4K of this, maybe. Probably, maybe another year or so, since it's hard to tell when it would be. But yeah, this is a great classic movie with Michael Douglas. I did a review of this you could check out. Doing one of his early roles. It's a really good movie, solid, story. So yeah, 4K, please, Warner Brothers, please do this, or Shout, one or the other. Next up, we have another cult classic called The Hand. I grew up with this movie. This came out in 1981, so I saw this as a kid, had it on VHS and watched it many times. I never owned it on physical media until, seeing it on Blu-ray, and this came out from Shout Factory. So again, with Shout having it, maybe we can see a 4K of that sometime soon. I need to pop this in. I haven't given this a spin for quite some time. It's a nice, like I said, I grew up with this. It was a lot of fun. Need to check this out again. Next up is one a lot of you out there are probably thinking I'm out of my mind wanting to have this on 4K because this is kind of a hated movie from everyone. The Last Airbender. I love this movie. But of course, I'm unbiased because I did not see the animated series. So I knew nothing about it. So I went in with it to open mind. I love the movie. It's got great visuals. And I think the HDR Dolby Vision, this would kick ass on 4K. Again, this does not get much love from the movie community. I think this is actually getting rebooted, a new one's being made. And it's such a shame because as much as I enjoyed this, the way it ended, there was so much more they could have done, continuing the story with him, learning the other elements. So again, I love this movie, even though most people hate it. I would love to see this get a 4K treatment. This is a Paramount, so it always is a possibility. So we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we've got a Tony Scott film, The Unstoppable. This, I think, was the last movie he did before he passed away. I actually did a review of this. This is such a freaking phenomenal movie. And even the Blu-ray, I'd swear when you're watching this Blu-ray, you'd think you're watching a 4K. It's because it's that damn good. Fox did such a great job with some of these Blu-rays, and this is one of those. But being under Disney banner, so I'm not sure if they would do anything with it, if it's one that Sony might pick up. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see, as good as this is, if a 4K would actually be any better. It would be interesting to see because, like I said, this is freaking phenomenal. Next up, we got a pair of movies. Of course, they're both from Fox, so I'm not sure if we'd ever see these or not. The Transporter 1 and 2. I'm not going to include a third one because, for the franchise, the third one I could care less about. It was okay. But the first two, these are great movies. I'd love to see these get a 4K upgrade. I'm a big Jason Statham fan. These are freaking great. Now, to end the video, I'm going to talk about a movie I've talked about in every one of my 4K wish list videos. It's a movie I'm praying someone gets a hold of it and puts a 4K because right now, if I could pick one movie to have on 4K, this would be it. Titan AE. It is my favorite animated movie ever done. I freaking love this movie. It's a Don Bluth film. When he left Disney and did his own production company, this is one of his movies he did. And even for being a DVD, this has never been released on Blu-ray. The DVD was the DVD here is fairly decent. I actually did a review of this you could check out. And, the colors are very, they really pop off the screen, but with 4K, the HDR would bring this thing to life. And I think it would take this movie to a whole nother level. Again, this was a Fox title, so being under Disney, but this type of title, I would love to see, someone like Criterion, Arrow, or even, Shout Factory. Those boutique labels, I think, would do the best for this movie. Not saying Sony wouldn't do a good job, but this deserves a royal treatment, a big box set. Even someone like Second Sight would be very cool to see a big box set put out of this. Like I said, this is a phenomenal movie. I can't stress enough how bad I want this on 4K. Because we got gypped and never got the Blu-ray. This was always, I was always wanting the Abyss on, a Blu-ray and 4K, and this was always up there. Now we got the Abyss. So now this is at the top of my wish list. One movie I really, really want on 4K. There's a fire and the scenes where they're on the one planet, all the fire, all the reds and oranges, and then of course the blues of the actual aliens are, man, this thing would freaking kill it on 4K. So until they release it, I'm going to keep talking about this. That's how much I really want this. So that pretty much does it for my my newest 4K wish list. Please comment below. Let me know what you think of some of these that I've talked about. If you would like to see any of these, what are some of them that you would like to see on 4K? I forgot to bring my paper down, but I know, pulling up my list of my previous videos, there's been several others that I've talked about in the previous videos that have come to 4K, and some of them that are announced that are coming, like Twister is finally coming. The Hitcher, that is coming from Second Sight. They've been teasing us for the past 2 years, and lately they keep teasing us saying it's done. They're just finishing everything up. Pre-orders are supposed to go up within the next couple of weeks for that. I expect that to sell out quick. I will be jumping on and ordering that as soon as that goes up. Whether I order from Second Sight because they charge an arm and a leg for shipping, that's probably one I'll order from Diabolic or Orbit or some. I will order it somewhere when it goes up for pre-order. The Clash of the Titans movie, not the original, the reboot plus Wrath of the Titans. Arrow's putting out a 4K set of those two. I'd rather have the original, but I like the reboot and the sequel. I really enjoyed those, so I did already pre-order those. The Terminator is finally coming to 4K. You can pre-order that, even though they haven't given out the freaking artwork for it. I have to agree with Ken over at Middle of Media. It's like, why do you have to announce something to put a pre-orders but not put any pictures with? If you want us to spend our hard-earned money on something, give us tease us about what it's going to look like. Same with the Nightmare on Elm Street. It's coming out on 4K. They have not shown us what it's looked like. Hope you enjoyed what I'd like to see on 4K. Some more here. I keep apologizing last few videos about my lack of content lately. I probably sound like a broken record, but I've just I've been so obsessed with the Supernatural TV series. I've been binge watching that, and I really haven't been doing any movies. I did watch a movie the other night. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I will be doing a review of that in the next couple of days because it surprised the hell out of me. It's something that I got that I did not expect it to be that good, and I freaking loved it. So I will be getting a review up for that. Also, I want to get back into doing some different discussion videos. I was doing a lot of that. I was having fun with that, but that kind of fell by the wayside, and that kind of sucks that I've kind of gotten away from that. And I really got inspired by Fuzz. Definitely want to give a big shout out to him. I got a link below for him. He's called The Original Fuzz. He's got some great content. He has some reviews and just a lot of different discussions, great topics. So definitely, if you want to see different discussions like that, I highly recommend checking out his channel. He does some great stuff, and there's been a couple of videos he's done that I want to do my own versions of. One of the most recent ones was he talked about bad movies that he actually likes. And I was like, man, that's a cool topic because there's a lot of movies out there that people shit on. but some of us might like. And I've been going through and I'm still working on it. So hopefully within another week or so, I'm going to get my video out for that. You know, movies that are considered awful, people hate, that I have in my collection that I can't stop watching, that I just, you know, they're so bad that they're enjoyable. There are, you know, and when I watch them, there are a couple that I look at it like, why the fuck am I watching this? But it's like a train wreck. I just gotta watch it. You know, movies I grew up with that I still have to, you know, have in my collection. And there's a couple that I don't own that I want to get for the video, so I need to, that's another reason I'm kind of waiting. I need to add those to my collection and talk about them. And there's some other, a few videos that I have not watched that people hate that I was like, well, I want to watch and see if I actually do enjoy them and see if I want to add that to the video. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be doing that. Another one Fuzz did a while back was about music Blu-rays he loves, his favorite ones. And I'm a big music person, especially when it comes to like concerts and, you know, home theater. I want to have that experience at home. So I'm a big fan of concerts on, you know, from a home theater. Even though I don't have that, I only have a couple Blu-rays. Most of my concert videos are on DVD. So I will be doing my own video of that. But think about doing a, you know, broader video about the audio formats out there. You know, the CDs and different formats that's come down the pike that for home theater enthusiasts. So I'm thinking about talking about all the different formats and then end with, you know, some of my favorites of what I really like and what I would really like to see. Because I really want to do that video because I think that's where when it comes to the studios, all the different music labels out there, I think they're missing the boat. When you're talking about, you know, the Blu-ray and the 4K formats, the high quality audio and video, they're missing the boat because so many great concerts are available on DVD that have never got the upgrade to the higher quality like a Blu-ray or 4K. And most recently, there are a couple I want to pick up. I have not yet because of price point. I've been watching my money this last couple of months. But Motley Crue is their End of an Era, or I forgot what the name of their final concert they did. They just made that available in 4K, so I want to get that. They just put out a 4K of the Queen Rocks Montreal. I definitely want to pick that up on 4K and check that out. So I'll definitely keep you up to date. When I get those, I'll review and get those put up. You also did a review of the Pink Floyd audio disc on Blu-ray I picked up a while back. I did a review of that you can check out. So yeah, I really want to do a video encompassing all of the audio formats and talking about some of my favorite stuff. So definitely keep your eyes open for that. That might be, I don't know when that's coming down, but that is on the list I want to do. I got some other discussion topics I want to do that's, like I said, it's on the drawing boards. I just kind of fell by the wayside. And I've, again, apologize that I've been slacking and not getting stuff out there for you. So I just need to get off my ass and start watching some movies, getting stuff out for you. You know, I need to take a break from Supernatural. Maybe in July, maybe I'll take a month break or just take some, you know, do some movies and stuff. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Keep your eyes peeled. Check out my other videos on my channel. Like, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on. And we'll see you soon. Geek out.